We got Maino speaking on Wack 100, and he has some things to say. Let's tune in. We're gonna see what all Maino had to say. I'm gonna keep it a Benji for y'all doing the reaction. Y'all keep it a Benji for me in the comments. Shout out to the Dice crew. Let's rock.
Everything is beautiful, man. I'm on the internet watching you guys. A lot of shit happening. Yeah, I got a lot going on this show. There's a lot happening.
What shows?
The Adam.
Oh, so you mean just as a viewer, you have a lot of shows to watch?
Yeah,
oh, okay,
I'm highly entertained.
So you can watch the Adam and Wack show even though you don't get along with him?
Wack 100 is 1,000% entertaining. At first, I was like, who the f is this nigga? But now I get him, totally get him. He's a cartoon.
Okay.
100%. I wouldn't even say, I don't even feel.
That's just how you got to look at a lot of these people on this internet, man. You can't take it to heart. You can't take it that serious. You can't let people trick you out your position. You can't let none of that take place. You have to look at it as just as such, man. Like, because the moment you start taking a lot of these people on the internet serious, that's when they won. Because a lot of people want you to take them serious and just enough to either believe what they be spilling or believe them enough to give them some attention.
Like, I don't even feel like I don't get along with him. We don't, it ain't really nothing to me, but it's very entertaining though.
Because the conflict that you guys had, I don't even remember what it was, but it was pretty minor overall, right?
It's always him minding business, lying. He's a liar. But lying on the internet is really a thing because it's about the story. It's about the content. So it doesn't matter if what is being said is true or not. It's entertaining. You did an interview with a guy that came on your show, and you sat there and interviewed him for 15 hours. And everything he said was a lie.
Oh, you're talking about Snow Billy.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a long interview.
There you go. Made up stories. Made up stories. He went on your show, told you that he was bodyguarding Black China and all this.
And he was talking about how he was super involved with 6ix9ine early on, which I don't.
All made up.
Yeah.
Made up. But those things taught me lessons because it was like, it's a lesson in everything. So I come from an era when it's like, oh, you got to be about what you say you're about and all this real nigga shit. But the internet ain't that. It's entertaining and it's not personal. So I used to take everything personal.
Man, shout out to Maino on this video because he definitely kicking out some knowledge. And I feel like people can learn from what he's saying. Because me, myself, I felt like I had to come to that same realization.
The fuck Adam got this dude up there? I was like a little bit in my feelings at the time. But then I had to learn, had to understand. And this is.
And also I would say me putting my expectations on people. You know what I mean? Like when you just be believing what they spill on the internet, it leads to you having some expectations. And then that's when it kind of makes you like fall back. There's certain people on the internet that I have fell back from as being just a viewer just because I was too invested in a real way of like, man, they got the message. They are real when they solid, you know what I mean? They gonna be a stand-up person, they gonna handle business. Then you fast forward, certain situations occur and they, certain people show that they are like messy. Some people show you that they ain't really about that life that they act like they are. Just you watch people long enough or deal with people long enough, the truth is down to come out.
I'm just being honest. And because it's all about the content. People don't care what the truth is. It's not about a certain standard on a level of principles. It's about none of that. So come to Wack, it's just, he's entertaining.
Right. I mean, how have you seen it change? Because, you were in the streets before the internet, and then you lived through really like the whole internet streets melded age, and then now that shit is so mainstream. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's putting all their gang shit out there on Front Street.
I think you help open that up.
Definitely a little bit.
I think you help open up the street version of the podcaster or the content creator when it comes to guys saying, okay, I've been in the street all this time, you know, I don't have a lot of motion, and this thing going on these podcasts starting to seem like a thing to do,
Right.
right? Again, so you got a guy that comes on your show and just start making them stories.
Loose cannon.
Right. So it don't. There you go. It don't matter if it's true or not because it's sincere.
Okay, Adam said Snow Billy name the first time Maino said a liar on your podcast. The second time he say loose cannon when Maino say a liar on your podcast. And I wonder if it's like, have they have addressed these things behind the scenes already to where Adam kind of already know? Or is he just smart enough to understand, you know, how Maino might feel about them dudes? Or do Adam feel like they was liars himself? You know, obviously as being a good host, he don't want to just disrespect his guests or whatnot, but in the back of his mind, maybe he look at Loose Cannon and Snow Billy like they was telling a gang of lies himself. Cause how he know to drop these names? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments.
Sensationalized. People going to do what? They're going to click it.
Yeah. And he is someone who's smart enough and also dumb enough to know how to weaponize that shit.
There you go.
You know?
There you go. There you go. A dude like Wack is highly intelligent. That's what make him dangerous because he's super intelligent and he knows how to play the game. If these niggas is soft, they don't really want no issues, and he ain't gonna really be running into dudes and none of that. But he understands the content game of saying certain things, getting the rise out of people, saying certain things, getting attention for it, and making a name for yourself because that's what all these dudes did.
Yeah.
Made names for themselves, made themselves relevant, so to speak, in this arena, and then the smart ones got money.
But does it make you feel like the streets are dead idea is true? Because it doesn't feel like much comes from this. Like dudes go on podcasts, say the craziest shit possible about very real certified dudes, and then
Right.
we never find out anything real happening from it.
Well, the thing about that is this. Street shit gonna always be street shit. As long as there's ghettos, as long as there's poverty, and you're gonna always have an element of violence, drugs, gangs, or whatever. The guys that choose to teeter-totter between both areas, I think they smart enough to know not to take it but so far. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit about this guy. It's gonna get views. I really don't like him, but do I really want to spend the rest of my life in jail?
And also, a lot of those dudes who are saying the crazy shit on podcasts are very much the like not outside types. Being outside and being like that is a totally different challenge.
That's a totally different challenge. I was telling my homeboy the other day, I was like, one thing that, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but one thing that a lot of these guys have in common, like a lot of dudes that have these pages and these platforms and like to like talk crazy about people, one thing they all have in common is they've totally given up the idea of being outside.
Yeah.
They don't hang out, you won't find them in clubs, they're not at events, they're not at the hot, you know, such and
What Mano just stated, I kind of agree with him, right? A lot of people be carrying themselves a certain type of way because they're not going to be outside or they're not going to be anywhere where they're going to have to run across certain people. And some people just outright just act tough because they believe they're just never going to see certain people. And you have to always understand that. But shout out to Maino and Adam for the content. I feel like we learned a lot in that video. It was some more over there to continue on with, but y'all can go check it out on the No Jumper platform. I'm gonna keep it a Benji like I always do. I'm gonna keep it real with the game while others do something strange for a piece of change. I'm out.